making Cavill this guy again. So, hello and welcome to another episode of With Enough Prep Time. I'm your host, the Nerdman, and today we're doing another Hot Takes Tuesdays. So, again, from now on, hopefully we should, obviously we get busy sometimes, but it should be every Tuesday that we do another hot take. And we have a doozy of a hot take for you today. It's going to be my hot take. So, essentially, the concept of this show is that every week me or Philosophical Pickle come up with a hot take that we have on popular culture, essentially meaning something that most people think is, how would you explain it, Philosophical Pickle? I'm losing my
it's every Tuesday we give a just very unpopular opinion.
Thank you. There you go. Sorry. He blew my mind with our last hot take, so I couldn't even think properly.
Go to my channel, check that video out. It was a great conversation.
Yeah, it was Philosophical Pickle basically spitting blasphemy, but he did a really, really decent defense of this. And his last hot take was essentially that he thinks Michael Keaton is bad as Batman. Blasphemy. So that was a really interesting conversation. Do go and check that out. But this one is going to be my hot take. Philosophical Pickle already knows what it is, but JG Shaolin is just about to find out. So are you ready, G?
Let's do it. Let's see what kind of blasphemy we got now.
And I'm still processing it.
Hell yes. Hell yes.
Andrew Garfield is the best Spider-Man.
Yes. Yes, finally somebody agrees with me. Yes. You have to collect himself for a second.
Andrew Garfield's the best Spider-Man. There's no doubt about it in my mind. Look, there's no doubt, I have a ton of respect for basically all of them. They're all pretty good. They all have their advantages. But I specifically have a ton of respect for Tobey Maguire. Tobey Maguire was an excellent Spider-Man. No doubt about it in my mind. But there was problems. Serious problems in terms of the characterization of that Spider-Man that is not to do with Tobey Maguire himself. It's actually to do with the script and how the persona that they gave a Spider-Man. Way too whiny, way too, he was just a nerd. He was just a guy down on his luck, but he had none of that humor to balance that out. He had none of the quick quips, none of the funny lines that Spider-Man has. Whereas Andrew Garfield had both sides of that. He had the down and out, down on his luck kind of kid. He had the searching for his parents, which was missing from the original Tobey Maguire thing. He actually, basically, they had the original origin where Spider-Man's parents were disappeared, and he didn't know where they were. So that was another thing that added to that damage element of his persona. Had a great relationship with Gwen Stacy, great chemistry with her, and specifically his Spider-Man had all the wit, all the fun, and it wasn't overbearing. And I'm talking about the Amazing Spider-Man 1, but he was also good. He was also good in the Amazing Spider-Man 2 as well. So even though the movie was terrible, but he was actually quite good in it. So that's my hot take. I don't care what anyone says. Argue. Come at me, bitches. Come at me.
So it looks like I'm going 2-on-1 again, right?
Yeah. Another L on your
JG, go ahead and pile up. Go ahead and pile on before I come at you guys like Captain America against Thanos' army.
Okay. Well, let's start.
What do you mean you're going to lose?
No, I always win.
You mean you're gonna get your face bashed in and like you're gonna get your shield cracked and not have to be saved by the Avengers? Like
you tell Sony, this time we're gonna win.
Oh, okay.
Well, let's go back to Tobey Maguire and the Spider-Man that came out way back when, right? To me, Spider-Man was probably one of those most difficult heroes put in live action because of all the web slinging, because of all that other stuff that was going on and acrobatics and all that stuff. How are you gonna put that on live stream, right? And it was a great job. They did a great job with it. But when we get to Andrew Garfield, right, we get the more relatable, up-to-date version of a Peter Parker, right? And the Spider-Man was so accurate with the, here you see the scientist part of Peter Parker who's creating these web slingers, right? And which is comic book accurate, right? We see his relationship with Ben Parker and Mary, right? You see that, right? You see the acting chops that Andrew Garfield had, like when he's going back and forth with his Uncle Ben, right? And he's saying, "How dare me? How dare you?" See the tears flowing down his face. You see that, right? You see when Ben Parker gets killed, right? You see the emotion on his face, right? You see the tears, even though he lost his accent for a little bit. We said somebody called the ambulance. You heard that little that British accent, but other than that, man, come on. Even Gwen Stacy, right? That's a Gwen Stacy. If they did a multiverse with Spider-Gwen, I could see her as Gwen Stacy. Not that piece of crap they use in Spider-Man 3, even though she was hot. But no, they were so.
She was better as well. She was better. She was the best love and interest of all the movies. Yeah. Like much better than Mary Jane in the first ones. Sorry, carry on, man. Carry on spitting facts, bro.
So let's go back to Tobey Maguire, right? With he's a dweeb, he's a nerd, he's a geek. I saw no scientific mind in him whatsoever, right? And they start off already with him trying to be in love with Mary Jane Watson. That's not comic book accurate. And let's get back to Mary Jane. She was a horrible casting for Mary Jane. She looked like a crackhead in Spider-Man 2 or 3 or whatever. I thought she was on something. She was awful. I don't know.
This guy's spitting more facts than I am, bro.
I'm going to say so much trash that philosophical. You don't know what to say after this.
Dude, and I'm going to go one more thing just to say this. If we had never seen the first Spider-Man origin movie with Tobey Maguire, which kind of got it a little bit wrong, then Amazing Spider-Man is a fucking fantastic film. The only reason that it isn't good is because it was too soon to do the origin again of Spider-Man, and it was too close. All it did was improve upon, that origin that had already existed. Whereas, like with the Batman origin, between Batman Begins and the first Batman, it's quite a long period of time, and they do really, really different things. Whereas this one just told Spider-Man's origin better. The Amazing Spider-Man just told Spider-Man's origin better, essentially. Sorry.
Oh yeah, you're good. Yeah, you're right, absolutely right. And it's just they just threw us into the Spider-Man story with Tobey Maguire, right? It's like story is about a girl, right? That it was so soap opera superhero. What the hell? Who cares about? There were no real stakes in Spider-Man 1. You saw in Amazing Spider-Man 1, 2, there were real stakes, right? You see. I mean, it's just everything that makes Spider-Man 1 2 was so much better. The only nitpick you could say is where he didn't look like Peter Parker. He was too handsome for Peter Parker. Who gives a damn about that, right?
JG.
Another nitpick that you might come up with is I just had in my mind. Anyway, even Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man was so sarcastic. He was Peter Parker. He was Spider-Man in my book. And whoever you has anything to say against that, fight me. Let's go.
JG, I'm about to rain hellfire down on you.
And I'm going to piss it.
There actually were stakes in the Amazing Spider-Man 1. You're right. He did put a literal stake on his face after he was punched by Flash Thompson. So I don't exactly.
Whoa. Before you go, let's go back to Flash Thompson. That Power Ranger buffoon we saw in Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man, what kind of Flash was that? That
I'll
wasn't
tell
a
you,
Flash
JG.
Thompson.
Hey.
The one in Amazing Spider-Man, I could see him being a Flash Thompson.
JG.
He was a bully. He was a jerk. That was Flash Thompson, not that steroid using goon we saw in Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man.
I wouldn't want to fight me neither.
All right.
Okay, so.
all right. Let's let philosophical people answer.
Andrew Garfield.
Let's hear your pitiful answer.
Andrew Garfield he's not bad. He's not bad as Spider-Man at all. He is the second best Spider-Man, and no. He's the third best. Oh shit. He's not the first best at anything. He's the third best Peter and the second best Spider-Man. I don't exactly want a cool, hip, hot, sexy, fucking Instagram model who's a skateboarder fucking being my Peter Parker. No, thank you. He's way too cool. He's way too hot. He's way too quippy before he needs to be. And guess what? He does some scientist things, like he invents the web shooters, but he doesn't even invent the web. He just takes it from. Wait, I'm hearing an echo.
We're hearing an echo.
I don't think it's me.
It was you, man. Definitely was you. Sorry, I don't mean to be bad.
We see Tom Holland. I'll just get into it. We see Tom Holland inventing his web at school as he's trying to not get caught. We see him making it. Andrew Garfield just kind of sneaks into Oscorp and just so happens to be Gwen Stacy's there. He steals somebody's badge and then he fucking just steals some of the web cartridges and gets bit by a radioactive spider that his dad was working on. It's so convoluted. It's so messy. Andrew Garfield is good in the movie. He's good as Spider-Man, but he's way too sexy. He doesn't feel like a nerd. He doesn't even feel like a modern day nerd. I was a modern day nerd. I didn't fucking skateboard and fucking be this awesome, sexy, perfect guy with a camera. Like those guys in school are kind of popular. They don't hang out with like the jocks, but those people are popular. Come take pictures of me. Come take pictures of me. Hey, let's go skateboard. I didn't want to see him fucking skateboarding and being this hot dude. He did have a good chemistry with Uncle Ben and with Aunt May. That I did love the scene where he was like calling out him for hiding who his dad was. But overall, you got to be shitting me. Fucking Tobey Maguire, his sincerity as Spider-Man, as Peter Parker, is not matched. He was so good as Peter. The scene where he's telling Aunt May that he was holding Ben's hand when he died, and he was the reason that he got killed in the first place. The acting on his face, the acting of him and Doc Ock. This Spider-Man has no chemistry with. You talk about chemistry with villains and Michael Keaton. He has no chemistry with the Lizard or anybody. The script is generic, and fucking Tom Holland is by far the best Spider-Man. By fucking far.
All right. I'm look. First of all, I'm glad. Did you say Tom Holland is by far the best Spider-Man?
He's by far the best Spider-Man and the best Peter Parker.
Dude, I heard it too.
Tobey is close.
Oh my god! All right, let's just kill this off. First of all, it's either between Tobey and Andrew. Straight up, it's either between Tobey and Andrew.
You don't know if
all right. Let me just add my point here. Best part of Spider-Man, the first movie, is basically William Dafoe as the Green Goblin. He's the one that made that movie iconic. I'm sorry, like Tobey was great. That guy doing that scene where he's like hearing his voice and then he's looking in the mirror and he's freaking out. That was a performance for the ages. Even for how cartoony that film was, it still had that horror element and scary element that the director brings. I can't remember his name right now, but Sam Raimi brings, and that was mainly from the Green Goblin. In the second movie, the highlight of the movie, what was it? It was Doc Ock. It was Melina's performance. Again, another excellent performance. A really, really drawn out, great, three-dimensional villain actually in that movie. It was definitely, those were the highlights of the movie. Everything to do with Peter Parker and that trash Mary Jane was the piss break of those movies. That was basically it. As soon as Spider-Man was facing one of his villains, that was the cool moments in the movies, and basically the biggest part of that were the villains. I'm not saying Tobey Maguire was bad at all. He was very good. He was serviceable, but it was the villains that sold those movies. Now let me get on to this trash Iron Boy. Okay, Iron Boy ain't Spider-Man. Iron Boy is weak. Iron Boy needs to grow the fuck up, bruh. That ain't Spider-Man. All he does is take people's shit. Samuel L. Jackson had to save him in his second movie. In the first movie, it was Iron Man who had to come back him up to make sure that movie sold. And in the third one, he has to have Spider-Man the good Spider-Mans actually come back. He needs member berries for us to even enjoy his fucking movie. I'm not saying he's terrible. I'm not going to say he's terrible. He could be a good Spider-Man, but they have made that character trash in the MCU. I am sorry. This whole, gee golly, and I remember that film from the fucking, early 90s. It's kind of like that, like an old movie. Get the fuck out of here with that bullshit, man. All of that stuff is weak. It's Iron Boy. It's not Spider-Man. He doesn't make his own suit. He's just living. He's living in the shadow of fucking of other better characters in the MCU. JG, anything to say to that, or philosophical pickle? You want to ride off that? Whichever one.
Did you hear the echo?
No.
Okay, cool. Man, it's philosophical pickle, man. I'm gonna start calling you blasphemous pickle. That's gonna be your new YouTube name from here on out, right? Let's. Oh my God, it's so much I can nitpick with everything you said, but I'm not gonna go there, right? But let's talk about Tom Holland, right? The only good thing about him is that he's age accurate. Other than that, he is nothing worth even. He shouldn't even be mentioned in the same sentence as Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield. Not even the same. He shouldn't even be uttered out. Even this, look, even the syllable of T shouldn't even come out your mouth unless it's Toby, right? And so, man, come on. Every character in Tom Holland's Spider-Man is full of crap, right? The little made-up MJ, not even Mary Jane, she's some made-up person that came up with, right? That weak Flash. What is that? He annoyed me in Dope.
Realistic.
He annoyed me in that, right? Let's go to his friend, right? That little.
Oh, dude, I've just remembered something. But go on.
The freaking way. He is in the way. He should be saved for maybe a Miles Morales Spider-Man if you're gonna use him. Not for Tom. Like Nerdman's right. He needs help every single time, no matter what. And then he wants to give up being Spider-Man. When did Spider-Man want to give up being Spider-Man, right? We saw
Dude, I was just about to go into this. This bitch gave the glasses. He gave those glasses to fucking Mysterio. Are you trying to tell me that's a good Spider-Man? He gave the glasses for no reason. Just met the guy. Single greatest weapon. Iron Man gives him the single greatest weapon. Like this is a weapon that I entrust to you. And he gives it to fucking Mysterio after one fucking day and going, I just don't think I can be Spider-Man. I mean, fuck that character, bro. Sorry, I had to come in and say that.
You good. I agree with you, man. And we saw an Amazing Spider-Man 2, right, where he somewhat kind of was starting to give up on the mantle of being Spider-Man. But I mean, think about it, right? After what happened, I probably would have thought about giving up being Spider-Man, right? You love your life, which is very comic book accurate when she comes down and she tries to save her and her head hits the bottom or whatever. So comic book accurate. I mean, come on, dude. Is this Tom Holland?
So why do we care about comic book accuracy now, but not when it's Michael Keaton?
No. We were talking about the essence of the comic book character of Michael Keaton that he kept.
Yeah.
Tom Holland is nothing comic book about Tom Holland Spider-Man.
No, you guys are insane.
That is. Right. He doesn't even do Spider-Man stuff. Like he only uses airplanes when he has to.
I'm gonna rip.
Let philosophical answer. We've been roasting him for a while. We've been roasting him
break
for
this fucking laptop.
He's hanging upside down in a little. I'm in love with the man. I was really having a conversation with an AI. What the freak?
I'm gonna
We've seen that Iron Man. I don't see that Spider-Man. I'm done. They're just talking about Tom Holland. Blasphemous Pickle. That's your new name, Blasphemous Pickle.
I'm gonna rip a hot fart, a metaphorical hot fart down both of your fucking throats. You guys are literally. You need psychological help right now. You guys are manic. You guys are there's a psychosis going on that I can't diagnose, but somebody needs to, because Tom Holland, the reason that he is so compelling is because he makes mistakes. He needs Iron Man's suit. He needs the glasses. And when he keeps fucking up, he wants to fight the Vulture. He wants to fight so bad. He wants to be an Avenger. It is so relatable. He's the first Spider-Man who actually feels like what Stan Lee intended. He intended to be a nerdy teenager who anybody could be, a gung-ho nerdy teenager. He is perfect in Civil War. He's perfect in Homecoming. Him being the gung-ho, oh gee golly, what you don't want comic accurate Spider-Man? Take away the Iron Man thing. That's the worst part about him. Yes, I hate that he doesn't make his own suit. I hate that he needs Iron Man to save him. But it's compelling that he keeps making these mistakes. He's putting people in danger, and he needs help. This is Spider-Man growing. It's not his fault that they put this Spider-Man in an already established MCU where Iron Man has nanotech already. He would help him. I don't like it, but he's not fucking Iron Boy. And guess what? He is the most comic accurate Spider-Man yet. The quips, he's funny, the way that he's so endearing. He goes, what is Andrew Garfield's fucking problem? And he's his fucking camera breaks and he wants to skateboard. Tom Holland, he's fucking riding the subway. He's waiting around for a call from the Avengers. He's helping people get their bikes back, getting burritos from old ladies because he's helping them cross the street. He's the first Spider-Man who's afraid of heights. It's realistic. He has anxiety. All he wants to do is hold MJ's hand on the plane. These are relatable teenage problems. Andrew Garfield is a fucking Aeropostale model. Fuck Andrew Garfield and fuck you.
all right. I can see I see you're getting emotional, like fucking, like I can see you're getting emotional, like Tom Holland. All right, let me see.
Oh, you mean the best acted scene?
Uncle Tony.
The best acted scene of any of the Spider-Man movies. The best acted scene of any of them.
I don't want to go. Fuck off.
Yes,
man,
he seemed like a kid in distress.
The best thing Tom Holland did
in distress.
Best thing Tom Holland did was in Far From Home or Homecoming when the rubble fell on top of him. There's nobody there to help him. That's the best scene Tom Holland ever did in a movie in his entire life.
Garfield didn't have one single moment as good as the car scene with the Vulture or the "Come on, Spider-Man" when he lifts the fucking the rubble. He has to earn his suit back. That's the whole point of him having the suit.
Dude, you know what?
He makes his own web.
You know what? All three of them piss me off with, though.
Oh yeah,
all three of them piss me off with this. Is taking off that fucking mask all the time, dude. It's like I don't care what your fucking. I don't care what your manager says, how you have to have your face in it for 20% of the. Just put the fucking mask back on. I don't want to see your face when you're in that fucking suit. So I'll say that for all three of them. That pisses me off. But Toby was the best when it came to that. To be fair to Toby.
Yeah.
Now let me straight up lace everything you just said. He makes mistakes. These aren't mistakes, my friend. These are huge crater-sized, illogical, stupid, moronic, unfucking fathomable fucking things that he's doing. How the fuck are you going to give the most a thing that Tony Stark specifically said, I'm giving this to you. You're the only person I trust with this, to some randomo that you've just met for fucking one day because he fought some thing with you. And you just go, no other reason, nothing given. Not that he failed really badly or anything like that. He just gives it to him because he's like, oh yeah, well you destroyed the monster, so you deserve it. Bullshit. That was whack. That wasn't a mistake. That was an error beyond comprehension.
He's 16.
Toby Maguire and Andrew,
40.
They make mistakes. They make actual mistakes. They have actual problems in their real life, not being able to pay the rent, not being able to, make ends meet. Getting screwed over by the sickest guy from the Daily Bugle. I can't remember his name now. What's the
Jay Jonah, baby?
Name? Jay Jonah. Which again they have to bring back to this franchise because they know the other franchises were better. Anyway, getting screwed over at the Daily Bugle, making those mistakes, those common everyday relatable mistakes. What Tom did in what was it, Far From Home? That isn't a relatable mistake. That's a sophomore error. That's a you've got real problems with your intelligence kind of error, dude. You can't tell me that's just a normal common error. That's crazy what he did. And it made him unrelatable. It made him absolutely unrelatable. From there, I almost.
And you just defeated your own argument.
The whole film.
Because all of those qualities that you named about a good Spider-Man were all Tobey Maguire. Andrew Garfield dealt with none of that. He didn't deal with rent. He didn't deal with a job. You're saying why Tobey Maguire's the best. Tobey Maguire is far better than Andrew Garfield. Tobey Maguire in Spider-Man 2, he got shit on. His fucking work, his relationships, the bills, rent. Can I have rent? Your ass is fired because Joe's 29-minute guarantee is a promise, Parker. To you, promises mean nothing. And he got fired from Joe's Pizza. He couldn't deliver pizzas. He was getting fired from his job.
I'm getting that echo again, dude. I'm getting that echo again. I don't know what that is.
What about now?
Yeah, perfect.
He was getting fired. Andrew Garfield. I'm sorry. The Tobey Maguire giving. Andrew. Fucking what's his name? Tom Holland giving the glasses away to Mysterio. That was stupid. But it's no more dumber than fucking Andrew Garfield. The reason
he's done other dumb shit as well.
Uncle Ben got killed because Andrew Garfield was angry that the teller at the gas station wouldn't give him a chocolate milk. Fuck off. It was so stupid. The writing was so bad. He's such a hipster. It was so like 2010, 2011 hipster. He wasn't relatable.
Wait, what scene? Repeat that again. What scene are you talking
about? It was a ripoff
Garfield?
When he went to buy a chocolate milk and he didn't have 2 cents and the guy was like, your daddy didn't give you milk money. And then he's like, the robber stole my shit. And Andrew Garfield's like, that's not my policy because you didn't give me a chocolate milk. And that's why Uncle Ben dies.
Is that from Amazing Spider-Man 2?
Amazing Spider-Man
1. Okay.
It's when Uncle Ben dies. Toby's Uncle Ben dying was so much more real. Let's screw Tom Holland. Tobey Maguire destroys Andrew Garfield in every facet other than his Spider-Man. Andrew Garfield has a better Spider-Man when he's in the suit.
Oh, okay. So we've already destroyed our point. What is the argument? Andrew Garfield is the best Spider-Man. Is that not what
Spider-Man
we're talking about?
is Peter, the whole character. The whole character.
Wait a second. Wait. Did you just not say that Andrew Garfield is the best Spider-Man? Did JG? Was I deaf when I heard that? Did we both? I swore I just heard Andrew Garfield's the best Spider-Man.
That's
what
Batman,
we're talking about.
Is Batman also Bruce Wayne?
No, look, dude. I get what you're saying, right? Like in terms of the problems and the storyline that was laid down for Tobey Maguire, there are elements that I would have liked to see in Andrew's version as well. That would have, but he had his own problems with his parents, with searching for, where he comes from. All of that kind of stuff was the problems that he was facing, and essentially that was issues for him. Those were issues. And you could see that there was some financial problems happening with Aunt May. His relationship with Aunt May was actually quite touching. Look, Tobey Maguire, put it this way. The way I put it, Andrew is here. Toby is right there. It's like right underneath, and it's only because, as I said, Andrew has the much more comic book accurate Spider-Man in terms of the wit, the humor, the coolness of the character. Definitely, and also, as I said, that origin movie is actually a little bit more comic book accurate because it covers all of the aspects of him being the scientist. Again, we're not mentioning when you say Peter Parker's a scientist. He's very, very smart. You see that in Andrew's version. You do not see that. And then again,
Tom.
his relationships, relationships with we've got that echo going again. I don't know what that is, but his relationships with Gwen Stacy, again, much more compelling, much more entertaining to watch. So in terms of that first movie, I know it goes over a cliff in the second movie, but in terms of that first movie, Andrew Garfield's my boy for it. And you can't just discount he's the best Spider-Man. If you say he's the best Spider-Man, or
he's better than Toby. Tom Holland has the definitive Spider-Man. When the suit is on, take away that Iron Man gave him the suit. When he is in the suit, I don't want to pull this card. I'm sorry, I never do this. But if you have read Spider-Man comics, Tom Holland is Spider-Man, period. And I got a stack of comics over here right in front of me that I could pull out, and every fucking line that I pull out is Tom Holland, period. He is Spider-Man. He is that 16-year-old kid who makes mistakes and is gung-ho and is nerdy and is worried about the girl, and do I have deodorant on, and does my suit smell, and can I sit on the plane with MJ? Maybe he doesn't have Uncle Ben. Maybe MJ isn't MJ from the comics. But him as Spidey, as Peter, he has the overall best. He encompasses everything great about Spider-Man.
He's got a lameness about him. I'm sorry. There's
that
a
is
lameness
Spider-Man.
about Tom Holland.
Stan Lee said,
no. Wait. Let me finish this. Like, his lines are lame. Like, oh, if you've got an iron arm, it's not witty. It's kind of just dumb. It's like, I'm a kid. I'm always a kid. Like, it strikes me as a little bit whack and a little bit forced. Whereas there was a naturalism to the way that Andrew came off with the wittiness, with the way he came up with the humorous line.
He's being witty, but he looks like he's 34. And the fact that at his own school, Flash Thompson isn't even bullying him. He's bullying some guy named Eugene, and fucking Peter has to stand up for him like he's this fucking hot shit. He's not even getting bullied by Flash. And then when he fucking dunks on Flash in front of everybody, and he throws the football and bends the fucking the metal bar, fucking ridiculous, stupid, unrealistic dog shit.
Unrealistic, dude. If you were an outcast for the most part, right? And you were kind of I guess you would call him a cool geek, if you want to call him that.
Yeah,
and
he wasn't an outcast.
All these Spider-Man powers. Are you not going to dunk on Flash Thompson? I sure the hell would.
But nobody questions how Peter Parker, this supposedly lame little slender guy, can now dunk like LeBron James and break the backboard. Nobody's gonna, and then he throws a football and breaks the upright. Like,
it had its problems, right? Just like all these Spider-Man films, they all had their problems, right? But let's go back to what you said when you said that anybody can be Spider-Man, right? You made that statement. So all these characters can be Spider-Man, correct?
Yeah, they're all good.
And you're saying that Tom Holland is the best Spider-Man?
By a little bit, yes.
By a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Okay.
Far better than Andrew.
That's your opinion. I respect it.
But all right, we're gonna. If you've got something, go on. Say your final thing, and I was gonna go to some of the comments.
Yeah, I was gonna say, look, Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man. He graduates from high school. He's a grown man. He's out in the world. Of course, he has a job, right? Andrew Garfield is still in high school, even though you may say, "Oh, he didn't look like a high schooler." Dude, have you seen the high school kids where I'm from? They look like grown ass men. I was shocked. I thought the guy was 30. He was like 16. Like, what the hell? And so he absolutely. Andrew Garfield looks like the typical 16, 17-year-old teenager I see around, right? He acts like the geek, like myself when I was in my geekness, how I would act, right? He approaches situations like I would approach a situation had I been given those powers, right? Tom Holland annoys the living crap out of me. I am so sorry. He's childish. For a 16-year-old kid, he acts like he's freaking 12 for the most part. And I agree. The best scene he has done was when the rubble came on him. He's calling out for help and nobody's there. You see him the man inside of him has to come out. But then look at this. Yeah. We have all these villains coming out. Who's the vampire guy? I forget his name.
Morbius.
Morbius. And the common thing is, how is this Tom Holland going to stand up to that? Right? How is this Tom Holland going to be able to stand up to Venom? You don't have to question that with Tom McGuire. You have to question that with Andrew Garfield.
He's growing.
It's a question with Tom Holland.
He's 17. He's growing.
He's Spider-Man. He's not Iron Boy. Like, he's supposed to be Spider-Man. It's not Spider-Boy or Iron Boy. And the problem with, as I said, and dude, even if we're going to talk about childlike Spider-Man, I'll say the guy from Enter the Spider-Verse does a better job, like, in terms of that. Like, being a kid, like, inexperienced Spider-Man.
Miles?
I like Miles Morales more than I like.
That's a fantastic.
More than I like
movie.
Tom Holland. You know, in fact, if I were to put him in the mix, he'd be pretty high actually, because he's really
fantastic.
good. Fantastic. All right, let's get to some of these.
Before we go, there's one more thing I forgot about. Prowler. Homecoming. Prowler. Who the Childish Gambino? Like, everything about Tom Holland, everything surrounding was just garbage. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
And I gotta say one more thing, Nerdman. It's referring to a comment. Superwise, you keep bringing up like Flash Thompson. He doesn't have Uncle Ben. I'm not talking about his surroundings. I'm talking about Spider-Man himself. Other than I can address the Iron Man thing is stupid. Other than that, him in the suit is comic book Spider-Man. And if you think that him quipping is stupid, then you don't like Spider-Man from the comics, because that's exactly how he is in the comics, but worse. And guess what? He's like Shazam, but better. Why do you like it when Shazam is saying stupid shit when he's a kid? But it's stupid when Tom Holland does it? Get out of here.
Wait. Whoa.
He's a better Shazam.
Whoa.
Oh my God.
Shazam is a child.
Dude, you're a bad guy. I hit you in the nuts. Like, come on, dude.
Shazam's a child, dude. Shazam's
Tom
a
Holland
little
is
child.
16.
Dude,
Tom Holland is a
completely different concept. Completely different concept. Spider-Man is supposed to be about 16, 17, 18.
He's 15
right?
in the movie. He's 2 years older than Billy Batson.
That's too much. That's too. In any case, Billy Batson is a kid. That's the whole concept. He's a
so is Spider-Man.
Fucking Tom Holland's in his 20s,
something like that.
But in the movie, if you were to have sex with him, that'd be statutory rape because he's a child.
So well, he's in his 20s.
They're legally
In
kids.
his 20s. I don't know why you had to illustrate it like that, but anyway.
I'm saying he's a kid.
You're safe, Mississippi.
All right. So Spider-Man was better than Endgame. I'll give you that. What, Spider-Man, Amazing Spider-Man or Spider-Man 1? I don't know.
He's saying Spider-Man 1.
Spider-Man 1 was better
than Endgame. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think so. Apart from the final battle, I'd say that's true. Just wasn't a fan of Venom Sandman movie. Yeah.
Spider-Man 3, yeah.
Spider-Man 3, I think we can all agree on that. Andrew Garfield was great, so underrated. Tom's easily the weakest. Yeah, exactly. Everyone knows the deal. Still a Spider Boy, not a man. Toby is the GOAT, in my opinion. Okay, I'll allow that. As I said, Toby is not that far underneath for me. Like, he's really good, but it's just I find it easier to watch the Amazing Spider-Man 1 than Toby's movies. To be honest, it's just a little on the goofy side, little bit on the goofy side, not much.
I respect it that like maybe you got like Tom Holland just maybe irritates you. He's kind of annoying. I can understand that, but then like you want comic accuracy with Garfield, but then when Holland gives it to you, it's just not good enough. Like, it's insane. Like, he has the most relatable childhood problems. If you guys were younger when Homecoming came out, you would feel the same way about the other ones because
what
you guys are now.
What problems does he have? Just that he can't get MJ.
The fact that he can't get MJ.
Problem?
The whole thing about I want to share headphones with her. I want to sit by her on the thing. I can't fucking be with her because I got to be Spider-Man.
Being pathetic.
Dude, I was trying to smash when I was like 15, 16.
The fact that he's like, he's like,
dude,
I can't go to.
Being pathetic, dude.
I can't go to Germany.
I went like that when I was 15, bro.
I can't go to Germany. I have homework. Like, come on, he's so much better and relatable.
Dude, when I was that age, I wasn't trying to hold a girl's hand, right? I was trying to. Oh, I'm not gonna keep it PG, but you know what I mean.
I know what you were trying to do. you were like an Andrew Garfield type Spider-Man.
Yes, that's why I like him. He's more relatable to me.
Yeah. All right, I don't know. So yeah, let me see if I can fix my camera. You guys talk about the next one.
Oh, but definitely. What I love about Toby is that he throws a few jokes out there. Yeah, like Toby doesn't. Man, it's so lame when he's when Doc Ock throws the fucking coins at him and he grabs the coin bag and goes, "Here's your change." I'm like, okay, Toby, stop making jokes.
Jokes didn't hit for me, man. It's almost like somebody put up a cardboard and said, "Hey, say this right now." You know what I mean? As opposed to Garfield was more sarcastic. He was more witty with his.
Garfield is kind of sadistic. His first criminal that he gets, he's toying with him like a sadistic fuck. He's like
that's because he wants revenge,
and webbing his nuts.
That's because he wants revenge on the criminals.
But why is he having fun?
He's going through. No, because he wants revenge on the criminals. He's not a superhero then. At that point, he's just trying to find out who killed his dad, and he's trying to killed his uncle, and he's trying to get revenge. If you remember the movie, they set that up well so that he only becomes the hero Spider-Man at the end. So that's why he's being that sadistic with it.
Can I help your argument, Nerdman? Can I help your argument? One of my favorite scenes in any Spider-Man movie is when he saves that kid and he puts his mask on the kid's head and says, "It'll make you feel safe." And the kid climbs up.
Yeah.
And then the guy's like, "You saved my son. And who are you?" "I'm Spider-Man." That's a fucking amazing scene.
Yeah.
But exactly. whatever I said before is more right. No way.
Because he's the best Spider-Man.
No. He is like, he's raging, beating up criminals, but then he's just like, "What's up, dude?" Sneezing and fucking, he's literally dancing in the parking lot. It's like, you can't be a dark fucking sadistic guy and then make jokes at the same time. It didn't work. The tone was conflicting and it wasn't relatable. And he's so freaking hot.
You just don't like him because he's attractive. Anyway,
he's fantastic in Hacksaw Ridge.
Yeah,
he's great. He's a great actor in general. I mean, he's like, But with Andrew, he throws a lot of jokes out there. Oh, okay, and I love the comedy. Yeah. And Tom is just awkward as hell as a teenager. Should be in the big.
Did I say Big Bird?
As a teenager, should be, but Big Bird, really.
Tom Holland is awkward, like a teenager is.
No, I don't know if I was that awkward, bro. Or who was that awkward, like when they're that age. But anyway, honestly, I just group Peter and Spider-Man together. Toby's the GOAT, in my opinion. Okay, yeah. So he was replying to your point about Toby and the difference between Peter and Spider-Man. And it's just like, if you say someone's a good Spider-Man, essentially you're saying he's good at both the aspects. He has to be good at both the aspects. I think, again, it's about like interpretations of the character, and where I think it goes a little bit off with Tom is just that, I don't know, the whole thing, his relationship with Iron Man bothers me. That's the main thing. Like, he doesn't make his own stuff. Seems like everything's just given to him.
Yeah.
And then he makes these, like, I know they're trying to make him relatable by making mistakes, but certain mistakes are just too much. It's like way too much. Destroy Tom.
Super one.
All right.
I love you, man, but are you smoking crack? You literally.
Super Wise, the GOAT. He's the GOAT.
Wise is great.
How can Tom be the best Spider-Man if the fundamentals of the character aren't even there? He has no Uncle Ben. Tom's Spider-Man in name only. Honestly, you can make Tom some other jokey character. He's coming at you hard, bro. What are you gonna say? What's your response?
He has the fundamentals of being a kid who doesn't know what he's doing. The only fundamental he doesn't have is that MJ isn't white and that he doesn't have Uncle Ben. Tony is his Uncle Ben. They changed a few things, but guess what? If you don't like Tom Holland's Spider-Man because he's not comic accurate, but you like Michael Keaton's Batman, you can fuck off.
Hey,
but I still love you.
It's a new episode, bro. Get over it. That's so like 1999 what you're talking about. That's so 1989 what you're talking about, bro. Iron Boy is weak, nerd man. Tell him. All right. Let's see if this one's a bit calm. So Tom still hasn't matured. When Tony Stark died, he should have become more serious, more of a man. But no, he wants to kiss MJ. Far From Home is a bad Spider-Man too.
He's dealing with the death so much that he wants to get away for a little bit and be a kid. He wants to live his life. He gives Mysterio the glasses because he's thinking, I'm not ready for this. I'm a kid. I want to just go be with MJ. Kids are selfish. Teenagers are selfish. We want to fuck. We want to go to prom. His prom was ruined. So many relatable qualities. Take away the Uncle Ben and the Iron Man. Come on, man. So relatable.
I'll tell you one cool thing about that Spider-Man movie was that Mysterio thing where like Mysterio puts him in that holographic fucking thing. That was a cool fucking scene. It was almost worth the whole movie, just that scene.
That was sick.
Tom's not bad. He's good, but he's definitely not the best to me. He's he's kind of repeating himself there. Tom and his writing is a problem. Man, Pickle with Keaton, Tom today. JG is right.
That's my fan. I love him. Super wise, you're the GOAT.
Tom Holland might as well be DCU Flash. There's nothing. Oh, now he's getting at me, bro. Oh, shots fired. There's nothing fundamentally about him that's Spider-Man. Okay, he's kind of repeating himself a little bit here, though. Mike Keaton still has the origin, the fundamentals of Batman. Yep. See if he makes a different point that we can respond to. Toby made mistakes, but learned from them and became better. A mature person. Yeah. That's a good point there. What do you have to say to that, Pickle?
It's because he's 45, not because he learned.
He should have learned by that age, bro.
He learned. Look, he does. He's
nearly 50 years old.
Dude, the old Spider-Man movies nail the emotion. And I think that he does learn, but then in the third movie, he just regresses back to. Dude, Toby's fucking Spider-Man hits a woman. He can fuck off. Tom Holland is better. He slaps MJ in the face with a backhand.
Does he?
In the Spider-Man 3, when he has the
the dance off,
he fucking bitch slaps MJ in the face in front of people.
I forgot about that movie, bro.
But he's better than Garfield.
All right, Tom called Vulture. That's not yours, Big Bird. Toby's here's yours. Change is more clever and better. That's not yours, Big Bird. Yeah, Tom called Vulture. That's not yours, Big Bird. That is so true. That is an example of those lame lines by Tom, bro. Some of those lines are so cringy.
Here's your change.
The things in Civil War, dude. When he was like, "Oh, you've got a metal arm? That's so cool." It's like, what are you, a Power Ranger? Come on, bro.
No, he's 15.
Toby, you'd say that when you were 50. You've got an iron arm. You're so cool. That's so cool.
I wasn't as hopeful as Peter Parker.
Toby and Andrew inspire. Oh yeah, and he's such a Avengers fanboy as well. I forgot about that shit. How much of a fanboy is he of the Avengers, dude? And all those cringy old film lines. Oh, like that old film in Aliens. It's like it's such low-hanging fruit as a joke.
Low-hanging fruit, really? I love that. Makes him relatable that he actually watches movies and has a personality.
He says they're old movies, and then he puts a movie that's not that old.
If 40 years old is old.
Bruh, Andrew in the parking lot was amazing. What is that scene? What's he talking about? Oh yeah, when he's
toying with the criminal guy.
When he's toying with the criminal,
that was a cool scene.
God. Son of a bitch.
I bet you Tom grew up watching Sesame Street. Uses the references daily on the missions. LOL.
He's the first Spider-Man who actually seems comic accurate.
Man, I'm dying. All right, guys. Before we go, we should talk about obviously, Andrew Garfield basically says he's not going to be in the latest Spider-Man movie. What did you make of that interview? Should we put it on? Do you want to see it?
Maybe put the quote up.
Yeah.
But the video's not that long. But
I don't care. I just needed the quote. I don't care if you put video. I mean, he's bullshitting. He's lying like they always lie. It's confirmed that Molina and Willem Dafoe are coming back. His fucking it's like the world's worst kept secret at this point. His stunt double was literally hanging out with Tom Holland's stunt double a couple weeks ago in Atlanta, where they shoot films. Get out of here. He's completely in it. He's so gonna be in it. And guess what? I'm gonna be a happy little boy when they show up. More for Toby.
Can you hear it?
I don't know how to bring up.
Yeah.
I don't know how to bring up.
Oh, you can hear it. Cool.
Spider-Man stuff, because obviously I don't even want to like ruin anything if there is something to ruin, except to
there isn't anything to ruin, bro. I had to just quickly cut you off. There's nothing to ruin.
Really?
Like it's so crazy.
He's so nervous.
This gotten out of hand. This is all bullshit,
dude. It's fucking hilarious to me because it's like because I do have this Twitter account and I see like how often like Spider-Man is trending and it's like people freaking out about a thing and I'm just like guys like
oh, no.
I wish I could just like be able to speak to everyone and
I love the way he's not looking at him at any point.
You
can tell he's lying.
Chill. Like listen, I can't speak for anything else apart from myself.
Sure.
Like they might be doing something, but then ain't none. Like I ain't got a call. So like,
why is he trying to be a rude boy? I know he went to Oxford or something. Stop trying to be a rude boy.
I got a call.
Sorry, it's like
I got a call.
Ain't. Fuck off, bro. This guy went to Oxford or Cambridge or some shit. Don't fucking lie. You're like your dad's a fucking professor, you bullshitter. Anyway, he's a great guy. Sorry, he is a great guy, but that like him trying to do like that.
Nerd man, you totally.
Okay,
you totally and completely.
You know what it feels
okey-doked
like though?
me.
It feels like because this hasn't come up yet in an interview, but like.
Sorry, what?
You're a genius, you know, actually. You completely veered away from The Amazing Spider-Man 2 and got me so heated on the other topics that we didn't even talk about how terrible he is in The Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Yeah, exactly. That's how you debate.
So, what does he say to Paul Giamatti in the first scene? He says something about just don't call me late for dinner. Oh, fuck off. He's letting people die on the road as he's quipping to Paul Giamatti. Get out of here.
We'll talk about that briefly after.
Or Mafia.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
You know that game? I think it's kind of similar, where it's like you're convincing everyone that you're not in the Mafia.
Right.
Like I feel like I'm in a game of fucking Werewolf or Mafia, where I'm like, I'm not the werewolf. I promise you I am not the werewolf. And everyone's like, you're the werewolf. You're the fucking werewolf. Look at him. It's like he's doing the
Okay, so for the record, my friend, on a stack of whatever you have there, you are not, as of this taping, in or have any knowledge of being in the next Spider-Man movie.
I feel like haven't I just said that?
You have. I just want to get really clear. This is the unequivocal yes/no answer.
I did not get a call.
Maybe they shot you guerrilla style.
You didn't get a call.
Mainstream, on the street.
Mainstream. Listen. I would have gotten a call by now. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
I don't want to rule anything out. Maybe they want to call me. Maybe they're gonna call me and say like, "Hey, people want this." Like I don't want to like say
they're testing the waters.
Maybe.
Yeah, he's bullshitting, man.
He
couldn't look at the camera.
And dude, that's the textbook thing that when you find out an actor lied months ago, they always say, "I haven't gotten a call yet," because they don't know what to say.
Yeah,
like it reminds me of the guy that played Jon Snow. Kept saying he's not coming back. He's not coming back. And all of a sudden, he's back.
Yeah,
he just reminds me of that.
Yeah. All right. So we all agree he's bullshitting on that. So we like to finish on some common ground, and I think we just found a little bit of common ground, didn't we? Yes.
No. Yes.
Well, I think after everything I say about the Amazing Spider-Man 2, and I think Amazing Spider-Man 1, he is great in that movie. Fantastic. And I also think his Spider-Man is just so comic book accurate. It was like the first time seeing Spider-Man do the quips, do the funniness, do the stuff that I remembered from the animated show, that I remembered from, the comics. have the webs not coming out of his fucking arms, him actually being a scientist, all of that stuff contributed to what I thought was overall the best Spider-Man. That being said, the Amazing Spider-Man 2, what in the fuck was that? What a terrible, terrible movie. The worst Spider-Man movie by a country mile. That Electro was so preposterous that the tonal shift, I don't know what they were thinking, absolutely abysmal.
We need to debate the worst comic book villains at some point.
Electro.
There's like
Electro.
He's one. Hey, it's my birthday. Time for me to light the candles. That might be his worst line. The fucking eel, the electricity fixes the gap in his teeth. That movie is so bad.
The movie's terrible.
He's one of the worst. He's one of the worst of all time. I think Malekith might be worse.
No, because Malekith's less annoying. Malekith is like, the dude just doesn't. He's just nothing. That guy's actively bad. Malekith's
man, we gotta debate it.
Bad.
Genuinely, it's either Jamie Foxx's Electro or Jesse Eisenberg's Lex Luthor, baby.
Jamie Foxx.
Dude,
I can deal with that Lex before I can deal with Jamie Foxx.
Do you have to go now?
Who, me?
No, either of you.
Oh no.
Not really.
Right, we're gonna start a new stream. Worst comic book villain of all time. Yes.
Okay.
Sure.
Let's go off here and find our picks.
Yeah, we'll do worst comic book villain of all time. It's going to be our next stream, and we'll be talking about that later. So for now, what do you want to say? Finish off? Yeah, the Amazing Spider-Man 2, trash. But as we said, Andrew Garfield is still the GOAT as Spider-Man. I wish he had have been able to come back in a Spider-Man 3 and redeem himself.
My last thought is Superwise. I love you, man. I love disagreeing with you. I think Tom Holland has the best Spider-Man and comic accuracy. I think Andrew Garfield is good, and Tobey Maguire has the best heart out of all of them.
Ooh.
Like, he has the best emotion because Sam Raimi knows how to write emotional moments. He had the best Aunt May. He had the best villain dynamic with Doc Ock. But for me, it's Toby. I mean, I'm sorry, God, I just keep fucking them up. It's Tommy, Toby, Andy.
Okay.
Yeah.
If I was
drop
Superwise, you're the GOAT. I love you, man. For me, I would say Amazing Spider-Man 1. If I don't rank these films, Amazing Spider-Man 1, Spider-Man 2, and I guess I'll put Far From Home 3, right? As far as my number 1 and number 3 favorite Spider-Man films. I'm sorry, just Andrew was a better Spider-Man. Tobey was the best Peter Parker. Possibly.
Mm-hmm.
And
possibly. I would give someone that. He was the best at being trash. No, he was the best at, I don't know. He's the best at being mediocre at both. Mediocre. Yeah. No, he's mediocre at both, bro. He really is. I'm sorry. It's like, I get why people say, because if you were to say, is he a better Peter Parker than Andrew? I can hear that argument. If you were to say, is he a better Spider-Man than Toby? I can hear that argument. So he's kind of like just that middling ground between both of them. So, but I still prefer and enjoy the overall performance of both Andrew and Toby either way. As their Spider-Mans or as their Peter Parkers. What was the last thing I was just going to say there about it quickly? My top Spider-Man movies. I'd say my number 1 is Into the Spider-Verse. Number 2, The Amazing Spider-Man and Spider-Man 2 are just so close to me that it's hard to really say. Yeah, they're really, really fucking close. And then Spider-Man 1. And lastly, is there any other one that I like?
You don't like Homecoming?
No. Sorry. I'm desperately trying to think of anyone better than Homecoming because I don't want it to be in my top 5. All right. Oh, fuck it. I'll put in Homecoming. In my 5 just because of Michael Keaton. All right. Let's just get
far better Vulture than Batman.
So great discussion, even though Pickle, I disagree. The fact that we can just talk about the movies is great, but Toby and Andrew are better, as I said. Kano said in MK 2021, Tom can have turn sucking my sack. LOL. You're great, Pickle. I respect you, dude. We all do, man. As with the Nerdman and JG, yeah. Yes, JG loved.
He's the GOAT, man. I love you. He's the GOAT.
Yeah, cool. He'll the GOAT. Except Pickle and his trash Tom opinions. LOL jokes. And my ranking. Spider-Man 1. Spider-Man 1 2002, my favorite comic book movie of all time. Spider-Man 2, and then Into the Spider-Verse. Yeah. Good selection.
Okay.
And you like Homecoming, Nerdman. I don't like Homecoming. I'm sure there's another one, but I couldn't think of another one.
I genuinely don't. I don't trust any movie opinion that either of you have ever from now on.
All right, guys. That's us, man. Please do like, subscribe. Give me a high five, smash that like button. Also subscribe. Love the comments, so please do comment on it. And we'll see you next week for another hot take. And apart from that, see you on the flip side. Love you 3000. Peace.
Hello.